For the MBTA, last year was dominated by the winter from hell. In the wake of it, Beacon Hill oversaw some reforms, found some additional emergency funding, but now a new winter is nearly upon us. For commuters, what's the confidence level?
I feel like it's going to be a little bit more prepared, you know.
You do?
I feel like it's not going to be as bad.
I feel this winter that the mayor are going to get it right this time.
I take the red line all the time. The red line, which was usually dependable, seems to have gotten less so.
How have you felt about service this year in your first year taking the T?
I think sometimes it's a little slow getting here. It shouldn't take an hour to come in from Wellesley.
Keep saying they want to raise the increase, but nothing gets done on the other end.
My confidence level is higher. I know they've been doing a lot of winter resiliency work to get ready for the winter.
It really is something that we need here, and people should be working harder together, all of the community, to solve the problem.
The only way to do it might be to build a dome over the whole area so the snow won't penetrate. We've hit the OTR Roundtable conversation point. Our Democratic analyst this morning is Marianne Marsh. Our Republican analyst is Ginny Buckingham. Ladies, what do you think? You heard Brian Shortsley this morning. What is it, pie in the sky? He said we will not fail.
Look, if anyone can do this job, it is Brian Shortsley. He is well suited to this job, maybe better than the OTR quiz. But he certainly is a smart guy. He understands entrepreneurial things, given his background in D.C., given the fact he knows what businesses need to fail and succeed, and how to make the greatest efficiencies out of it. It's exactly what the T needs.
Yeah, is it, Ginny?
So this has been Governor Baker's #1 priority. He's a manager first and foremost, and he's all over it. On the other hand, Mother Nature is a fearsome foe, right? So yeah. I guess we'll see, but yeah. I agree that they're well prepared.
Governor Baker, speaking of Governor Baker, joined more than 30 governors on hitting the pause button on accepting Syrian refugees. Only one member of the Massachusetts congressional delegation, Steve Lynch, backed him. All this while Connecticut's governor says no governor has the right to make the decision. Is this all political posturing in the end, Ginny?
So Governor Hassan in New Hampshire, a Democrat, did the same thing. Steve Lynch supports the governor's action. It's a responsible move. He's not saying no. He's saying slow down. Let's think about it. Let's look at how we're vetting these people. By the way, President Obama in 2011 slowed down the Iraqi refugee program when the FBI had some evidence that there might be some dangerous guys coming our way. It's perfectly reasonable.
So is this more than political posturing, Marianne?
No. Governors have nothing to say about it legally. Period. End of sentence. They have no jurisdiction, #1. #2, it's politics in that there are 2 points you really have to look at here from a political standpoint. For all those people out there who cited religion as why women shouldn't have abortions or there shouldn't be gay marriage, Jesus was a refugee, okay? So any Bible you read, go back and check that. That's #1. #2, you're from Massachusetts. If you're the governor or the mayor of Boston, there's a higher bar there. Because almost 500 years ago, there are people who fled to this country, our shores, that became Massachusetts from religious persecution. This country is what it is because of Massachusetts. So that's a higher bar there. And you have to remember that we're the home of the American Revolution. And Boston, the shining city on the hill that everybody wants to emulate. So you may say things and not think about it, but those words have bigger consequences because but for us, there aren't 20 other states who can be knuckle draggers to say no. That's why there are 49 other states, and you can't then walk it back. So that question wasn't as hard as an OTR pop quiz here, but they both should have had better answers.
So look, the governor's main job, unlike the president, unlike anyone else, is to do whatever he has to do to keep the people under his watch.
That's the president's
safe.
job too. Come on,
That is
Ginny.
his job, and he's going to look at this just like 30 other governors are going to look at this. The shame is that it's turned into this political fight all of a sudden because no one can have a reasonable conversation. This is a reasonable step.
I don't want to discontinue this conversation. I want to shift to Paris. The next item is the attack in Paris. And does Massachusetts, and I want to bring it down home, does Massachusetts need to immediately shore up security, particularly around transportation, which, you know, we're talking about transporting 1 million people during a work week, and major venues. The Patriots play tomorrow night at home with 70,000 people roughly in Foxborough. Does it have to be tighter than whatever it's been before? And Ginny, I want to start with you because, as you know, you've experienced with the firsthand as head of Massport during 9/11.
Yeah, sadly I do. And I think what we learned from Paris is they're not going after the airports and the train stations. They're going after cafes where innocent people are sitting having dinner. How do you respond to that? I think the only answer really is better intelligence and making sure that our intelligence agencies have every tool at their disposal to be able to track these guys, listen to their cell phones, everything that many Democrats, unfortunately, have been fighting against in this country since 9/11.
Well, sadly, they're going after all of them because the the plane that went down from Sharm el-Sheikh was exactly that, and the same guy who did Paris did the train. Okay, so it's all connected. So everybody needs to do a better job, and we have to have a World War II mindset where everybody, men, women, and children, all contributed to this cause. Because at this point, ISIS, if you're not with ISIS, ISIS is against all of us, number one. Number two, Congress needs to do a better job. The president has been waiting for over a year for Congress to authorize military action against a terrorist. They've never voted on it. They've held up an appointment from the Treasury guy who's going to track all the black money ISIS is using, and they haven't appointed him yet. So everybody needs to do a better job. And after the Boston Marathon, we all did that, and we can't stop now.
The sad thing is it's the French president that's leading this initiative, the French president, not the American president, and that's not
true.
right.
We've bombed the bejesus out of Iraq for 23 years now, and we've done over 8,000 bombings in Syria, and here we are.
I just want to quickly go to DraftKings and FanDuel before we end this conversation. They got some good news, they got some bad news this week. Bad news from New York, good news from Massachusetts. The Attorney General here is not going to put any major restraints on them. So what's the bigger ramifications for them nationwide, do you think? We'll start with you, Jenny.
So the regulations seem reasonable, although you can go to war when you're 18, but you can't gamble on DraftKings till you're 21. That seems a little overreach, but reasonable start.
What do you think about other, what's going to happen in other states, do you
And you
think?
can't smoke now either. But look,
in Boston,
I think
anyway,
it's a celebrity death match between Eric Schneiderman and Maura Healey, okay? New York has the biggest market. You take that off the table, that's a big market. Maura did exactly what she said she was going to do. Look at it, come up with some rules, regulations, impose it. We'll see you in court.
You have to stick around for the next segment.
It's going to be the best.
Promise, I promise.